Have you ever gotten your car stuck in the snow? You give it some gas, but all the wheels do is spin and it ends up getting the car even more stuck. Or maybe you have driven into a ditch and find that you were just slinging mud everywhere as you try to navigate yourself out. So you had to come up with a different plan. Getting stuck or being in a rut emotionally is very similar to that, and that's why today I'm talking about how to get yourself out of a rut fast with 5 quick and easy tips. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get daily videos created to give you the tools to level up and love your life. Leave a comment and let me know that you have subscribed, because I'm going to go in and make sure I reply to as many of you as I can when you do. So you're living your life, following your daily routine, and doing the same things every day, and life is good. But then you may start to notice that you don't quite have the same amount of energy or enthusiasm as you did a couple of months ago. And before you know it, you don't feel motivated at all. Work starts stacking up and you don't really even care. All of your inspiration and creativity have gone out the window. You know something different may help, a change of scenery or something, but you can't even muster up the motivation to try. If this sounds familiar, then you are probably in a rut. Just like your car stuck in the snow, the more you try and put on the gas, the more stuck you feel. I've been there more times than I'd like to admit. But the good news is that it is pretty simple to pull yourself out of a rut once you know what actions to take. And that is the key. Just like anything you want to accomplish in your life, you have to take action. This is no different, and it is much easier than you think. Before I get into this, let me know in the comments if you have ever been stuck in a rut in your life and what you did or what happened to get out of it. The last tip in this video is something you probably never thought of. You probably do all the time, and it will probably surprise you. So make sure you stick around until the end. With that, the first tip that you need to get yourself out of a rut is to accept the situation. You're in a rut. It's okay. It happens to everyone and it won't last forever. You know this, but maybe you keep denying that you are actually in a rut. Denial can stop you from making helpful and necessary changes. If you keep brushing things off and are telling yourself things like, "I'm just tired," or "I'll feel like myself tomorrow," or "I think I just need more sleep," although that may be true, those thoughts will keep you from taking action. You will continue to spin your wheels and never really affect any changes. This will prolong feelings of dissatisfaction and blahness. And yes, blahness is definitely a real word. To begin fixing the situation, acknowledge the rut instead. You're in a rut, so what? Make sure that you are not too hard on yourself through this. Have compassion. Blaming yourself won't get you any closer to getting unstuck. Cut yourself some slack and use that energy to get yourself up and out. The second tip is to simply give your brain a break. A routine is familiar and safe and comforting. In fact, a routine is a great thing to have. However, without variety, life can get a bit boring. You do the same things every day because you're used to it, but after a while, you can feel worn down and bored. When this happens, the part of your brain used for problem solving can get exhausted. You try to apply old lessons that you have learned from your past to solve new situations. However, the old solutions probably aren't going to work as well for these new circumstances, which will leave you feeling stuck or in a rut. The good news is that you can rest this part of your brain by simply switching it off. It may feel counterintuitive to just turn off your brain for a while, but by doing so, you will boost your creative problem-solving skills and will actually help you focus better. So get up and go for that walk outside. Sit on that park bench, take that power nap you know you need. Meditate or simply stare off into nothing and let your mind just wander. After just a few minutes of this, you'll start to feel refreshed and rejuvenated. If you have enjoyed this video so far, do me a favor, show your appreciation and hit that like button. This is going to tell YouTube that you think other people should check out this video too. The next tip is to make small changes. Once you know you're in a rut, you may feel the motivation to completely restructure your whole life or the situation or make massive changes. That sounds really good on the surface, but changing everything all at the same time typically doesn't go as planned and doesn't last very long. Trying to change or unlearn several habits or behaviors all at once can get overwhelming and daunting very quickly. It becomes like a system overload, which is probably why you were stuck in a rut to begin with, and it definitely won't help with getting you up and out now. Instead, focus on smaller, more manageable changes. Taking little steps each day will add up to larger lifestyle changes in the long term. Changes that you can stick with because you have mastered the smaller habits and behaviors. Focusing small will also help you identify what isn't working out quickly and easily so you can readjust, move on, and try something else. Think of a marathon runner. They didn't just wake up one day and go out and run a successful 10K, and if they tried to, they probably didn't make it very far and would probably get pretty discouraged. But if that same runner started by practicing and mastering a 1K, and then a 3K, and so on, eventually they would be able to run that 10K with ease. I mean, as easy as running a 10K could be. This is no different. Make small changes and master those first, then repeat the process of growing and getting better each time. Another tip to get out of a rut fast is to be more impulsive. Making decisions on impulse gets a bad reputation, but the truth is there are a lot of benefits to doing so, as long as they are safe, of course. Making snap decisions can obviously increase that variety in your life that you may be needing, but it can also help increase your confidence and add inspiration. Again, keep it small and manageable to a degree. Something as simple as taking a different route to get to work in the morning, or going outside to eat your lunch can have huge impacts on your mind and in your life. It sounds easy and simple, and that's because it is. I cannot tell you how helpful it can be to just change up one little thing you do. It will give you different perspectives and get those creative juices flowing once again. Think of all the new scenery you'll see if you take the long way or scenic way home from work. How peaceful that drive can be. The potential of things you'll discover that you never knew was in your own backyard. What is one easy thing you can change in your day to get fresh perspective? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, if you've enjoyed our breakfast brain food together, consider buying me a coffee and help support this channel. There's a link in the description where you can do that. The last thing on this list of quick tips to get you out of a rut fast, and you probably do this and don't even know it, is break away from being perfect. Being perfect is admirable and something that we all strive for, but you need to understand that making mistakes is normal and part of growth. It's how you get better. Trying to avoid making mistakes, or even a single mistake, can hinder you from getting things done at all. The added stress of trying to be perfect along with just trying to complete whatever task can often lead to inaction. I'm not even talking about big things either. Let me ask, have you ever not done the dishes because you didn't have time or the space to complete them all in one shot? How about that pile of laundry? You can't get it all done right now, the right and perfect way, so why even start on it? The pile of laundry or the stacks of dishes keep getting bigger and bigger, making it even harder to get them all done in one shot, right? Then you get more stressed because it's not getting any better. I know I'm not the only one, am I? Let me know in the comments. That is you trying to be perfect, whether you realize it or not. Would it not be better to get as many dishes as possible done now so the workload is less later? There would probably be a lot less lingering stress and anxiety, don't you think? So simple, isn't it? There is an old saying that goes, done is better than perfect, and it couldn't be more true. Having high standards and a great work ethic is a good thing, don't get me wrong, and we all strive to do the best we can, but if you spend time working and reworking things because you don't think it's good enough, you are adding so much more unnecessary stress and you aren't actually completing anything. So take a step back, go easy on yourself, and realize getting things done, maybe even with a few mistakes to learn from, is far better than having something that is perfectly incomplete. So if you realize you are stuck in a rut and can learn to turn off your brain every now and then, make small changes towards your goals so you don't get too overwhelmed, be a little more impulsive to add a little variety to your daily routine, and realize that perfection actually comes from making mistakes, you will find yourself that the rut you are in is a thing of the past. Take it easy on yourself and give yourself the benefit of the doubt. You've got this. Now go get it done. Grab yourself some more brain food to help you level up and love your life, and click on one of the videos on your screen right now.